here, and I have just absolutely fallen in love with all of the characters, the story, and just the importance of it. It was truly such a dream to direct with one of my best friends, and then also just this lovely cast. Every single person in it has been so dedicated, and it's just been such a privilege to direct this story of love and of family, and I really, really hope that the hard work that not only we put in, but also our lovely actors is shown on stage.
Obviously, she's had a personal connection to the show, but I hadn't even seen the movie when we started. So it's been a long journey of me finding out who lives and dies, or who goes on to be who they are. And it's been such a pleasure to work with these kids. Honestly, I didn't expect to have such a wonderful cast. Not in a bad way, but, nervousness and scared of, anyway. I'm so glad that I got to work with the kids that I got to work with. And so with all the trust and love, I present to you with that.
When I began this journey, it would be the Christmas of 1863. We lived in a small town far from the raging war, and Father had lost a great deal of money in a bad business bet years before, so the March family was not as grand as it had once been. We were able to keep our house and make ends meet, but still, it was Christmas Eve, and the March family was nothing if not spirited.
We'll get the saddle tree looking magical before Marmy gets home. Only there was some presents to put under it. Oh, so dreadfully poor.
We've got Mother and Father, and each other.
But we haven't got Father. And who's to say how long it is before we see him again?
We can't do much. We can make our little sacrifices, and we'll ought to do it gladly. I just wish I felt more glad about it.
That's Meg, the oldest of the March girls. We all looked up to Meg because she always seemed so responsible.
I wouldn't mind being so poor if I didn't have to go to that horrible school with those impudent girls who laugh at all your dresses. I wish we were as wealthy as the Lawrences.
That's Amy, the youngest, and she likes to remind us the prettiest.
I know it sounds funny to say, but in some ways, I'm glad we're not rich.
What do you mean, Beth?
Well, didn't you say just the other day that the Watson children are always fighting and fretting in spite of their money?
Well, yes.
And that would have raised me feel happier than they were. We don't have much, but we make fun for ourselves, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
And that's our Beth. So sweet, so kind and gentle. We all adored Beth, but her frail health and timid manner were a concern to the family. Most troubling of the March girls, however, was undoubtedly myself.
Charlie!
Show your dress!
What's the matter with it? Oh, what's the interior of the fireplace again?
Oh, it's just singed a little.
Oh, how I detest rude, unladylike girls, and how I hate affected little niminy.
Stop it, both of you! Stop it! Really, you are both to blame. You are old enough to leave off the boyish tricks, Josephine.
It's bad enough to be a girl. I can't get over my disappointment in not being a boy.
Poor Joe. It's too bad, but it can't be helped.
As for you, Amy, you are altogether too particular and plain.
Amy, we better rehearse. The show is tomorrow night, and you are stiff as a poker. Beth, can you give us some music?
Yes, Joe.
Good. We'll start with Don Pedro's entrance.
Okay. It cannot be so, Rodrigo. Save me. Save me.
It's not you!
Joe, don't be mean.
Give them all my dear love. Tell them I think of them always and find comforts in their affections at all times. I know they'll be loving children to do their duty faithfully, and conquer themselves so beautifully. So when I may come back, I may grow fonder and fonder than ever of my love.
Meg is right. I am a selfish little goose.
Not trying to be so rough and wild.
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
Aunt March, whatever did she want? Joe, do you not know the meaning of this?
Josephine!
Yes, and March.
It seems you neglected to relay your Christmas wishes to your aunt before.
I am so sorry, March.
Next Christmas.
Aunt March was my father's aunt. She was extremely rich and extremely unpleasant. Aunt March hired me as a companion when father left for the war.
Josephine left today before I had a chance to get the keys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aunt March.
Thank you, Aunt March. Yes, well, I best be on my way before I catch my death.
I understand. You'll be happy to hear I received a letter from Mr. March today.
Foolish nephew, to leave a family behind for others to care for.
We take care of ourselves.
Thank you for coming, Aunt March.
Yes, wow. Good day to you all.
Bye, March.
A whole $1! We shall have Christmas after all. I shall get a nice box of Faber's drawing pencils.
I'm gonna buy that blue and yellow bonnet.
Oh, you're gonna look so pretty.
Do you think it would be alright if I walked on your sheet music?
Marmy, this is just coming.
Oh no. It's the Hummels. Meg, go for it.
But, Marty, who are the Hummels?
Mr. Hummel was killed in Virginia, and Mrs. Hummel and her 4 children have no one to take care of them. You are not to wait up for me. Joe, I leave you in charge of the household. Good night, James.
Good night, Marmy. Good night, Marmy. Good night, Marmy. That night, I lay awake thinking what a strange Christmas it was to have no fancy dinner, no father, and maybe even no Marmy. As I finally started to get sleepy, I thought as though I was starting to see things the way an adult does. The thought of it made me shiver. Pretty little things.
I shall let you know in good time, but girls, let's go.
What is it, Marty?
I'm a bit tired, but before we sit down and eat, I would like to have a question. Mrs. Hummel had her children today, and they have no fire, they starve, and I ask, will you be willing to take y'all's Christmas breakfast as a gift?
Oh, yes, Marty, let's do it. Let's hurry. Come on.
I thought y'all would do it.
Won't the Hummels be surprised? Can I carry the popovers?
Better let Beth with them, just to be safe.
We can take a fire make for them.
What funny angels we were at the Hummies that night. Beth tended to the baby, and the rest of us served food to the family. A Christmas with so little, yet I cannot recall one richer in spirit. That night was the great performance of The Witch's Curse, an operatic tragedy.
Alas, it is Don Pedro, my heart scrounge and my love's enemy.
Hello, Don Pedro, where art thou, sniveling swine of a villainous witch?
Rodrigo! Rodrigo!
Mr. Lawrence was a private sort of person. We girls paid little attention to the dark inhabitants of the old house. Mr. Lawrence's grandson, Theodore, came to live there right after Thanksgiving, but he seemed as secretive and reclusive as his grandfather. Now, I have strong suspicion that it was the grandson responsible for our Christmas surprise, and I was determined to find out. So I waited all day the next morning until I saw the old man's carriage drive away.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but you just missed my grandfather.
You must excuse me then. I only came
Please.
to visit
Don't go.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry, Mr.
We
Lawrence.
never get any visitors, you see. Wait, you're Josephine, aren't you?
Oh, I'm only Joe. And you're Mr. Lawrence.
I'm not Mr. Lawrence, I'm only Lord.
Okay. Lori. This room is capital. What I could do with a room like this.
For your play, I've seen you rehearse.
You have?
I'm alone here. Oh, I wish I could have seen the performance last night. Sometimes when the lamps are lit, it's like looking at a picture. I can't help watching.
Why did you come to live with your grandfather?
My grandfather brought me here to be tutored privately. I haven't a mother, you know.
You must be dull as blazes all alone in a big house like this. Oh, excuse my slang.
That's quite all right.
Christopher Columbus. If I'd have known you're interested, I would have let you play Rodrigo. You would have been smashing.
I'd have done my best. I played my duff in school once.
You did.
Then yield, thee coward, and live to be the show and gaze all the time!
I throw my warlike shield at thee! Lay on, Macduff!
On God!
There haven't been many dances since the war started, so we meant to have a glorious time with this one. Amy and Beth were still considered too young for dancing, but were invited to the summer. As for Meg and I, we were struck with delightful panic.
Oh, this hair ribbon looks so sad. How I wish I had a long and beautiful one.
Do I have to go, Marmy? I'd much rather stay at home with you. Mr. Lawrence has invited you, and it would be rude to not include the other girls.
And there'll be music, Beth. I've heard they've hired 16 musicians.
Where'd you go?
Joe! Joe! I'm here! I said we call the whole thing off. My lemonade stains gonna wash off my gloves. Yours are back there, Meg. They look fine. But you can't go without gloves. Who ever heard of dancing without gloves?
Dancing? Not very likely this.
Oh! Joe, tonight you must keep her back out of sight at all times.
But that will be a challenge. Maybe I can just stay on the porch all night.
It's fine, Joe. Girls, get your coats. I must get on my way.
Please, Joe, behave tonight. You won't stare or shout or yell, Christopher Columbus, will you?
Don't worry about me. I'm as pretty as can be.
Bye, Marty!
There you are! Where have you been? I've been looking for you.
Isn't this orchestra just splendid? Your grandfather knows how to do a thing right, I must say.
My only regret is that I saw fit to invite so many people that I haven't been able to speak to you all evening.
Oh, you can speak to me any old time. But this music
Then
is
let's
really-
not waste it. Where's your dance room?
I lost it.
Then I claim this dance for myself.
But I can't afford to admit that I wouldn't because of...
Because what?
You won't tell.
Never.
I have a bad habit of sitting too close to the fireplace. My scorches look pretty badly, so Meg told me to keep it out of sight so no one can see it.
What an odd girl you are. We must do something about this. You can't go to a dance and not dance at all. I'll tell you how we can manage. We can dance out there and no one will see us.
Not really an idea.
Will you do me the honor of this march?
Certainly, Mr. Lawrence.
Amy, Max, come and see us. I want to see the dancing. I promised Marty we would with the parents until I get me ready to leave. Who wants to go to a dance and not see any dancing? Come look. You see the grand piano? I should say so. It's as big as our living room. The music is so lovely. Oh, I can't wait till I'm old enough to go dancing then. Who's not dancing with me? I can't tell.
Who's there? Ah, the young March girls, as I understand it. Which ones are we?
Amy, sir.
Amy. And?
Oh, she's shy, sir.
She is. Is she? Oh, that's not it.
Oh, she'd sooner die than talk to a stranger.
We're neighbors.
That's
great big piano over there.
Oh, yes,
It's a waste, truthfully. However, it would be nice if someone would come over sometime and play.
Oh,
Oh, you need to speak or see anyone. Just go whenever that pleases you.
she'll do it, sir. I can convince her. She'll do it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Good day.
With the holidays concluded, life settled back into the usual routine for the March family. As for Beth, work nor outside work quite suited her. It took some convincing on all our parts, but we soon managed to get her to go over and play Mr. Lawrence's grand piano. However, her face shone when she returned, telling us about all the magical sounds she could never imagine she could create. As for myself, I had my own private room, an attic where I retreated to do when genius was burning inside me.
Joe,
Yes, Ben.
I've been busy making these slippers for old Mr. Lawrence. I must thank him somehow. But do you think it'll be all right?
Oh, yeah, capital idea. The only thing is, how do I give them to him? Well, it shouldn't be too hard. You write a little note and I'll give it to Lori.
Oh, that's what we'll do.
Is that Amy's thread you got on there?
She can throw it out.
If they... Spring came, and with it, my first story that I felt confident enough about to try and publish. I wrapped up the manuscript and slithered out to the city to present my magnum opus to a dawdling editor who seemed careless.
Caught you!
Lori!
Haven't seen you in days. And here the weather's been capital, as you put it.
I've been busy.
When I saw you sneak out, I knew I had to follow. Such a disappointment. I thought Joe March had a mysterious, dark secret.
No.
So, did you have a bad time in there? Why did you go alone?
I didn't want anyone to know.
What a strange girl you are. I don't think I'll walk you home after all.
I never said you could.
I have a secret of my own, you know.
Do you?
And if you tell me it, you must tell me yours.
Is your secret a nice one?
All about people you know and such fun. I've been aching to tell you for days.
You won't tell anyone else.
Not a word.
And you won't tease me in private.
I never tease.
Yes, you do. No matter. I've just had a story of mine with the editor in the newspaper's office.
Hurrah for Miss March!
It won't come of anything, but I couldn't rest until I tried. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want the others to be disappointed in me.
You won't fail, Joe. Your stories are works of Shakespeare compared to half the rubbish that is printed every day.
Thank you. Now what's your secret?
I saw it. A ring from Meg from my tutor, John Brooke. It must have landed out of his pocket and landed on his desk.
But why would John Brooke have a ring?
He must have gotten it somehow with the New Year's Eve gift. Isn't it romantic?
No, it's horrid.
I thought you'd be pleased.
At the idea of someone coming to take Meg away. My Meg.
You feel better
No,
about
thank you.
You feel better about it when somebody comes to take you away.
I'd like to see someone try it.
So should I.
Mommy, they didn't have any more blueberries in the box. What happened?
It was delivered while you were out.
Isn't it beautiful? I'd say it's the most splendid thing. Over in the letterman.
Oh, for me?
Can you read it, Mommy?
It is a dress. I have many slippers.
But I've never had any that suited me so well as these. I will treasure them always. I have delayed in thanking you, and I can think of no better place for my daughter's piano than with you. As always, I remain your humble servant, James Lawrence.
I must go and thank you. Right now.
Mommy, do you think Beth is all right? I'm sure she is.
Let's watch from the window.
Yes.
Beth, what is it?
I would came to thank you, sir.
Weeks passed, and I still heard nothing from the newspaper editor. Until one day I received a letter saying they would print my story, but not until fall. I told no one. But Lori.
You know, Joe, I like that one better than the one I had last week. This one's so romantic. Who wrote it, Joe?
Oh, your sister.
You? Joe wrote it? Oh, I'm so proud
I'm so proud of you, Joe, but I have some news. A letter has come from the Washington, a letter has come from the hospital in Washington.
What does it say?
Your father's really ill and unless
The preparations were made quickly and quietly. I was to deliver a letter written by Marmee to Aunt March asking for money for expenses of the trade hall. The world seemed to be spinning as they left.
Marmee, here's the money Aunt March sent over.
Thank you, but where's Joe?
I don't know. She's been gone over an hour.
Nearly time for the train leave.
Here's Joe.
Sorry, Harold, friends. Here.
$25, but how? Where did you get this money?
No, it's all mine. Honestly, I really sold it with my own.
Joe, your hair! Your beautiful hair. Oh, how bless you.
Christopher Columbus!
Right.
You must write to me
Every
each and every day.
Every day, Marmee.
Goodbye to it, Marmee.
Give her love to Father.
That night I stayed up late and kept away from the others.
Joe, I think I'll be alright in the end. Don't you think? Yes, Meg. I heard John Brooks went with Joe. I'm not here, you say?
He's a good man, Meg. I'm glad he's with her. It's just...
Why are you crying? Is it not Father? No! My hair!
My precious Marmee. 3 cheers for Father and his much improved health. Laurie comes over often to keep us in good company, but he can be such a silly boy at times. And Mr. Lawrence is so kind, playing Father to us. I've tried to write soon, but every time I lock myself away in the attic, I just stare at the old furniture. Your daughter needs her family back together before genius will burn again. I'm afraid...
My dearest love to Father, and believe me when I say how much we miss you both.
Your affectionate daughter.
Come to your loving little bed. You've had scarlet fever before, haven't you, Joe?
Years ago when Meg did. Why?
Oh, Joe, Mrs. Hummels' baby died in my arms just before she got home.
Dreadful.
It wasn't dreadful, only so sad. The doctor said it was scarlet fever.
But Beth never has to.
Oh, sit right here. I'll get you a coat. I should have never let you go over to the Hummels. I should have gone myself. Meg, Amy! Don't let Amy come here. I've never had it, and I'd hate to give it to her.
Beth did have the fever, and by the next morning her frail body was burning. After 5 days, Beth lost consciousness, and the doctor ordered that we call for Marmee at once.
What is it, Joe? Is Beth worse?
We sent for Marmee.
Oh, Joe, it's not as bad as that.
God seems so far away, I cannot hold on to him.
Hold on to me. Oh, girl, you've had no sleep. And
Laurie, why is it that good and dear people always die young?
not always. But if it's any comfort to you, they sent for Marmee.
Not soon enough. Meg sent the telegram an hour ago.
But I sent one yesterday.
You did? Oh, Laurie, you did! You angel! Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm so
I don't mind. I shall get it from the train station immediately.
You're an angel, Laurie. How much shall I thank you?
You can fly me again. I'd rather like it.
The fever passed, and by Christmas Eve, she was well enough to be brought downstairs to join the rest of the family.
Here she comes.
3 cheers for Beth!
Don't drop her, Lori.
It's light as a feather.
Let's put her on the porch. Are you comfortable with that?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Merry Christmas, Beth.
Spring came, and we bit of love. Not from George, thank you, but with Lori away at college and Meg out of the house, life seemed much quieter, much less fun. Was it because I was finally growing up?
Is this the home of the literary genius Jo March you hear so much talk about?
Lori! What a surprise!
I left campus a few days early.
So sit and tell me the news. I haven't proposed marriage to anyone this week.
Not this week.
Lori, you're incorrigible. According to your letters, you fall in love every month.
Don't be like that, Joe. Jealousy isn't for you.
Jealousy? It's only that you flirt atrociously, Lori.
You haven't changed.
Why are you looking at me like that? In that painfully serious way?
Is it so obvious?
Lori, what is it?
I must say it, Joe. And it's no use. We've got to have it out.
Don't think I like this conversation.
I loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. And I tried to show it to you, but you just wouldn't let me.
I wish to say you this, Lori, but I do not love you.
I know. But it made me love you all the more. Knowing what other girls are like, it made me only want to be with you. I've waited long enough, even though I'm not half good enough.
You are a great deal too good for me, and I am so fond of you and so proud of you, but I do not love you the way you want me to. It would be a lie to say I do when I don't.
Really? Truly, Joe.
Really? Truly do. Oh, I'm so desperately sorry.
We cannot remain like children. We are no longer playing a game.
Can't we? I suppose not.
There's someone else that you love.
No, Lori, there is no one else. I haven't the least idea I'm going off and marrying anyone.
But you will after a while. And what will become of me?
You will love someone else too. Someone fine and lovely and accomplished who will never make you feel ashamed. Someone elegant, not odd to March.
Anything more?
Nothing more. Except, I don't believe I shall ever marry. I love my liberty too well to be in any hurry to give it up for any man.
You will find someone who makes you think you're someone you're not, and you will love him tremendously, and live and die for him. It's just your way. I, for one, will not be able to stand and watch such a thing.
I want something to do. I feel restless and anxious.
Anxious for what?
I haven't changed. When March used to talk about going off to Europe and taking me as a companion with her, it's a dream that would come true, but I know it's not, which is why I'm going to New York.
And that would be a good experience for you, but what about your writing, Joe?
In New York, I shall see and then hear new things and get new ideas.
And I don't doubt that, but are these your only reasons for this fancy?
No, Marmee, it's
Lori, isn't it?
this.
You don't love him?
No, not in the way he wishes.
Well, that's enough of that. Let's discuss this New York idea.
And so, plans were made to send Jo March out to a wide, wide world. A woman who's needed at teaching gladly accepted me, but leaving Beth was the most difficult part. I will write to you every day, my dear.
Oh, Joe, I'm so happy for you.
Are you, my dear?
Yes, I shall miss you, Joe.
And I shall miss you. I would take you with me if I could, but
No, Joe. I belong here, and only here.
I arrived in New York, so tense and nervous, and no one in the boarding house seemed to pay me any mind. I wasn't alone in this new place, however. I soon met a quiet European man named Professor Bear, who lived right across the hall.
Oh, Miss March.
Yes,
Sweet Emerson. I mentioned it to you yesterday. I found it in my room among all the mess. I thought it might interest you.
Thank you. I will return this.
No. For you to keep. It says in my heart what I truly think about yours.
To
No.
Miss Josephine March, may your words be as extraordinary as the career you have chosen, Frederick Bear.
Perhaps sometimes you will let me read your stories.
No, I had too embarrassed.
I'll read them like a friend. Not like a teacher.
I will. Someday, I promise. Weeks passed and I received letters from home.
Dearest Joe, Paris is très magnifique. Laurie makes fun of me, but he can be so frightfully spite of all my nonsense, I am still Butcher M.
Joe, you must come home as soon as you can. Beth's health is getting worse, and I fear
Miss Joe, is something wrong?
it's my Beth. She's quite ill, and I must go and see her.
No, please. Allow me to accompany you to the train station. I would like to give some service.
Could you? Thank you. Excuse me.
Beth had indeed maintained her sweet, unselfish ways. We spent hours talking as days gone by.
When I'm gone, Joe, you must stand by Mother, and we won't talk of that.
But we must. Meg has John broken the twins to comfort her, and Amy has a whole new world opening up to her. But Mother Joe, she will need you most.
I will do my best, Beth.
I'm not like the rest of you. I never imagined myself as anything but shy for Beth.
That's just a morbid fancy you have because you feel so well.
I never made plans about what I'd do when I grew up. The hardest part now is leaving you all. And I'm afraid.
Beth was with us until the spring. And then one night, as quietly as she tried to be all her life, she left us. With more grief than I had ever felt, I turned to my right.
Lori, there you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Your grandfather seems rather ill this evening. Theodore Lawrence,
Yes, Miss Prim and Perfect Amy March.
do you want to know what I honestly think of you?
Pining to be told.
I despise you.
And why is that?
Because with every chance you get of being good and useful and happy, you are faulty, lazy, and miserable.
Strong language, mademoiselle.
You know, when I first came to Paris and I saw you, I thought you'd grown up and changed, and I too could stop being so concerned and maybe even try to better myself. But over the past few weeks, I can tell that I was wrong about you. And maybe about me as well. And I quite despise you for it.
And then there was Rome.
Good Amy.
You surprised me.
I know you don't think much of me, but in my opinion, you are quite a remarkable person. What I mean to say is, I'm sorry.
It was Meg who told me of their engagement. It seemed our Amy had changed her self-absorbed ways. I knew I did not love him, and it was foolishness to pretend I did, so I hid myself away in the attic and read the professor's letters again and again. Lori? Is it really you?
It's really me, Joe. You're happy to see me.
Sit and tell me everything. How long have you been a married man?
6 weeks.
6 weeks, and look at you. You've grown bigger and older and more distinguished.
You still see through me, though.
Always will. But I'm so happy for you and Amy.
Are you happy first?
See a change in you. I wish I missed the boy you once were, but I admire the man who be my sister's husband. Now let's see that life of yours.
Thank you.
Oh, I missed you so,
I
Joe.
missed you. I don't even knew Mrs. Lawrence was quite a lady. I wonder where silly little Amy has gone.
Oh, she's still here.
Amy, how did you and your aunt find crossing?
Oh, dreadfully. This poor woman just cannot abide to boats. And I kept telling her, Auntie, please let me come stay with you in your cabin. But she just wouldn't
appears I have come at a bad time. I'm looking for Miss Josephine, but you are.
Lord, yes, that's me.
So you've returned?
From Europe, it's a great day back.
I do not want to intrude. I will just leave you this.
What is it, Lloyd?
Some strange man was at the door. So I'm going to give you this.
From me? I don't understand. Frederick! Oh, Professor!
Miss Joe, please come on the umbrella. You're getting all wet.
Why are you here?
I did not mean to intrude.
Oh, nonsense. It's just family. Amy and Lori just returned from Europe.
I can see that.
They are married. Can you believe such a thing?
You will.
My book, it's published.
I was so impressed with it that I sent it to a friend, and he published it, and I wanted to come surprise you first.
Well, you have certainly done just that. Thank you.
Miss Joe, I must say something to you. I have stayed silent for so long because I feared that you and Lori and I would have come sooner, but
You are here now, and that is important.
And you must stay a while.
Joe, I am not a rich man. I have but a little fortune, some learning, but long in my heart have I hoped.
I think you've always wanted to work hard. And so ends the story of Jo March and how she got to be what she is now. Frederick and I married and opened a school for young boys. Soon before he died, he said to me, "Thank you, my dear friend, for sharing your life with me. I think soon I'll finally get to meet your Beth." And that's how I picture him. Frederick and Beth there together, waiting for me. They both continue to teach me